Assalamu alaikum, friends. Panama Papers, that was quite a big scandal in the history of Pakistan. And that scandal was maybe designed for a specific purpose. Why am I saying this thing? Because there were 437 people. There were 437 people whose names appeared in the Panama case, in the Panama Papers. All of those out of those 437, 436 were ignored. 436 were ignored, but one of them was taken. Who was this person who was taken? It was the Prime Minister at that time. It was Mia Muhammad Nawaz Sharif, head of the PMLN. I don't belong to the PMLN at all, but that is something really, really surprising. Why? Because all 436 were ignored. They were not held accountable at all. Their cases were not, heard in the courts of Pakistan. While one of them was taken, this was Mia Muhammad Nawaz Sharif. Now, what did happen? That this case started from the Panama, but then it switched over to Ikama. What is Ikama? That is a work permit attained in the country of UAE. And UAE, his father is a son, his son Hassan Nawaz is having a company, was having a company in the UAE, and Mia Muhammad Nawaz Sharif, head of the PMLN at that time, Rabber of the PMLN now, he enrolled himself as an employee of the company, as an employee of his son's company, and then also the 10,000 dirham salary was fixed for him. Now, what happened? That a case which started from Panama and all the Panama accused were ignored. One of them was taken, who was the prime minister at that time, and then they thought that maybe they will not be able to proceed. Why? Because if at all he is proceeded in the Panama case, the rest of 436 will also be would also be held accountable, and they cannot be condoned, they cannot be ignored, they cannot be overlooked. Now the Ikama case appeared, and now Ikama case, instead of the Panama, there was no proceeding on the Panama paper, and the Ikama case then took its place in that. And now the Supreme Court judge at that time said that since you have taken the salary of 10,000 dirham from the company of your son, but you did not mention it in the tax paper, in the income tax returns of yours. So for that purpose, you are a dishonest man, and are unable, you are not eligible to hold any sort of public office in Pakistan. You are not even a member of the National Assembly, you are not even a member of the Parliament, not to talk of becoming the Prime Minister. You cannot even head your own party. So that was declared, that was decided by Supreme Court of Pakistan. I think this case was highly, highly, highly biased. Somebody, a friend of mine who is an activist of PTI, he said that the law is always blind, and I said that the law is blind selectively. Why? Because all the 436 were ignored and one of them was taken. And I think that now when the PTI leader Imran Khan have several such cases in the courts, I think if at all the same sort of measure is taken against him, the same sort of attitude is taken against him, I think that quite easily, he will stand disqualified. But the courts of law here in Pakistan, they have their own pressing problems and priorities. They have their own biases. they have their own interest. So, keeping in view their own interest and keeping in view their own biases, they do take the cases, they do make the decisions. That is something very unfortunate here in Pakistan. Even the top court in Pakistan, the Supreme Court of Pakistan, they too are not, free of the biases. There too, the judges will, pay quite a lot of importance to their own interest, career interest, and to their own, biases. Not to talk of the lower courts, what will be the position here in the lower courts of Pakistan? This is the reason that Pakistani courts are maybe at the end of all, in the whole of the world, the justice system in the Pakistan is the poorest one out of the whole of the world. That is the reason the life has become very difficult, and the commoner in Pakistan feel quite a lot of insecure. Somehow I think that trial was not a fair trial at all, and Mia Nawaz Sharif had to leave all of those slots. He was removed from the office of the Prime Minister, he was removed from the member of the parliament, he was removed from the head of his own party, and then he had to go into the exile. That was something very unfortunate. I think this sort of situation should not be taking place here in the court of Pakistan, because that is very unfortunate, and it creates a lot of uncertainty. It creates a lot of confusion. It creates a lot of, murky future of the country. Why? Because even the top court in Pakistan, they too are not fair. They too are not unbiased at all, unfortunately.